Hi, all. Thanks for being here. You all know me. My name is Michael. This is my 2025 end of year report. I do want to say that I copied Jasbeth because of a call that we had last night where she told me, I think that like a lot of the experiences we've had don't fit super neatly into just one of the pillars. So if you're struggling to think about how to give the end of year report, maybe think about it in the same way that Tay just thought about it, which was providing lessons learned. So that's what I'll be doing. But just to give a brief overview, these are some of the things that I was engaged in and the pillars that I followed under. I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them, but I did a lot of writing for applications this semester. I served in leadership positions on campus and also out in the community. But there's a couple of key experiences that I want to hone in on and provide some insight on. So first of all, to set the scene, summer after study abroad, I had the study abroad blues. I applied to a lot of internship positions for the summer, and I did not get any of them. And I think that's okay. And I think it's important to say, I was going through kind of like a period of readjustment and imposter syndrome, but also learning to be okay with rejection. And that was a really important lesson to learn early in the summer for all of the applications that I would have to submit, the bigger applications that I would have to submit later in the semester. The summer internship that I did not get came back for me in the fall. So in the fall, I interned for SA Stands, and we are a immigration rights coalition. And I worked on a series of 10 plus educational posts, doing research on immigration laws at the border and here in the community, and also providing resources like the Family Preparedness Toolkit. Some of this information is now outdated, but building those connections did allow me to engage in the rapid response work that was necessary in the community in the spring. And that included providing a Know Your Rights event at UTSA. 9 months of planning turned into tangible action this year. After lots and lots of long nights, Jasmine and I successfully executed Beyond the Block, working in the Scholars Place all night long and working through Thanksgiving break. That's us right there working through Thanksgiving break on Zoom. And it turned into tangible action, and y'all were there to see it. So I won't spend too long on it, but it was such a beautiful day and community effort that made it possible. So many things happened during that event that I didn't even know was happening, and that's because we had amazing support and fantastic volunteers. For example, we had like an all-student volunteer crew that was helping direct traffic. And apparently Anna was holding this baby that was crying so that way he wouldn't disrupt the show, which was just so sweet. And of course, our speakers did fantastic. And I think the message that we wanted to convey was ignited and felt in the event. And I'm really proud and appreciative of that, which leads me to my first lesson, that community building is not closed loop. And what I mean by that is community building is not the start and the end of a project. I think if we have to visualize it, then we should visualize it more as a tree or something that's continuing to branch out. It's the impact that we intend to have, and it's also the impact that we did not expect to have. And I think that's really important when we're thinking about community building to consider. I spent a lot of time this semester, I think, considering community building, trying to imagine what it should look like and feel like, what it shouldn't look like and feel like. Beyond the Block and a lot of the other experiences I've had this semester have really informed that. And speaking of the impact that we didn't expect to have, something that we definitely did not expect is that the connections and the community that we built through Beyond the Block lasted beyond the duration of the event. And so we are still there to support each other at each other's events. This is Vanessa, one of our speakers, and we were at a clean slate information session, which is a policy campaign that's happening here in San Antonio. And I also had the opportunity to continue work with the Philosophy and Literature Circle, which inspired Beyond the Block in a lot of ways. As an undergrad assistant, I am working with Dr. Webb and the Phillip Circle to develop a podcast that can be distributed inside Dominguez State Jail, as well as a newsletter. I'm also working with the alumni of our Phillip Circle to have gatherings, and I'm working on recruitment for the upcoming Peace and Justice course. So it's been really amazing to continue that work throughout the spring. This brings me to the next thing that was really big. As Beyond the Block was closing, I was jumping right into planning for International Women's Day with Mujeres Machalan. Mujeres Machalan is a grassroots coalition that I've been a part of for my entire time here at UTSA. We spend about 5 months planning International Women's Day, and we engage with the community through art parties and educational sessions and outreach. And we also had the opportunity this year to help organize a group of students from the SASD district that were doing a walkout. And that was a really powerful moment. And I actually saw some of the kids that I work with in Fiesta Youth there in the crowd at the march. And so it was really interesting and really empowering to see how the organizing that we have done in the community for these years can be modeled by our students. This is kind of the end result of those 5 months of planning for International Women's Day. It was a massive, massive success. We had an absolutely huge crowd. This doesn't even capture how long the march went on for. I had the privilege of not only being one of the lead organizers, but also emceeing the event and acting as a chant lead during the march. So that's me kind of chanting my lungs out. It's the megaphone right there. And something that was really special to me about that march is that as I was kind of standing there giving kind of our opening remarks, I hear like a little, Michael, and I look over and it's my kids from Fiesta Youth that I work with, and they were like, do you like our signs? And it was so special. And I think in this semester, I transitioned from being a volunteer with Fiesta Youth to being employed as a youth facilitator and holding that position. And so that leads me to my next lesson, which is that there's times where it is important to wear both hats and even necessary to wear multiple hats. When I'm at Fiesta Youth, I'm youth facilitator. I am in charge. I'm not allowed to talk about politics or being politically engaged. But I think it was important that my kids were able to see me in the context of being an activist and advocating for them. And knowing that while at times it's necessary to kind of have like that singular identity, we're engaged in a lot of things, and it's important to be interdisciplinary in that nature. This leads me to something that happened in the fall semester, which is I had the opportunity to attend our Kennedy Public Policy Leadership Conference. And this kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of the thinking that I would be doing throughout the semester. Thinking about where I'm needed, what happens if I take the opportunity to go learn somewhere else, and what that means for how I come back to community. And this kind of leads me to applying to PPIA, and I got accepted into PPIA. And so this summer I'll be at the Ford School of Public Policy at the University of Michigan, which I'm really excited about and also nervous about. And a little bit about how I had fun this semester. I had a lot of fun this semester. Spent a lot of time with friends, went camping. There's Anna camping the sleeping bag. And also I attended my mom's graduation from her master's program, which was really special. And that concludes my presentation. So, any questions?
Michael, it's been such a pleasure getting to advise you these last 3 years. Specifically, I'm so glad that like everything came into fruition for you and Jasmine for the Beyond the Block event, which was very well executed.
Thank you.
I just want to say like thank you. Thank you for all your advocacy that you do for your community. And I hope that you continue that no matter what space you're in. Or I hope that you never lose that. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being in those rooms and using your voice when it matters the most.
Thank you.
And so thank you for that. Also, next year, you're gonna be a senior, which is crazy to think about. I know that the senior class already heard me say this, but remember to bring others with you. Think about your legacy, what you want to leave when you graduate UTSA. But just a very great, successful year. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Fernando. That means a lot.
I'd echo everything Fernando said. We're very proud of you. I'm so glad that you're here with us and you're making impact in many circles. So keep doing the good work that you are doing. Remember to keep yourself refreshed. You have a lot that's going on, and keep taking those younger students with you.
Thank you.
It's been a real inspiration getting to hear from you, getting to learn more about the passions that you have in working with you with regards to Archer specifically. And we're just always in awe, and job well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, y'all. Thank
All
you.
right, we'll open it up for anyone in the audience to ask any questions or commentary.
Chats. Oh, Margot, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. I love her so much.
Jasmine.
Hello, Michael. I just want to say that I love watching your end of year presentations because even though we talk about like the activities that we're up to and what we're doing, it's just so different and like awe-striking to see you present all of these things and reflect on them and talk about all the amazing cool things that you've been doing. It's like, oh my gosh, like I know you're cool, but wow, you are just such an amazing person and so involved. And the anecdote that you mentioned about your Fiesta Youth kids and how you talk about them so endearing and also inspiring, like the little baby organizers and baby activists in them. Like, Michael, you are such an inspiration, and I am so happy to be able to call you my friend and to have organized with you. You're just an amazing person, and I'm so excited to see what you're going to do in this upcoming year. And, what the kind of person that you're going to blossom into and grow into as we finish up our years at UTSA. But yes, Michael, you're just awesome and I love you so much. And yeah.
Oh, Jazz, I love you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I would like to say thank you for bringing not me, and not just me, but everyone around you into this like bubble of, it's not even a bubble, it's like a cloud of excellence and advocacy. And the way that you are an activist, you don't just embody it in like the work that you do and the extracurriculars and projects that you presented to us, but also just how you interact with the world and how you bring people into your circle. And so I want to thank you for letting me witness that. It's helped me, and I know so many other more people, be more intentional about how we do that. I have a question for you.
Okay, I have an answer.
Now that you participated in, organizing marches and leading Beyond the Block and everything, do you think that, in the future, do you see yourself being that main person for event planning, or do you see yourself taking on like a different role, like helping others with their events, or would you like to host more events in the future?
That's a good question. I think that there is room for both of it, for all of it. As much as I love organizing events, I also love teaching. And so I think any opportunity that I can take to mentor somebody else that's interested in organizing a similar event, I would take that opportunity to grow that person versus me producing something else. Thank you for your question. Hi, Jade.
Like echoing what everyone else has said as far as like you being an amazing person and doing outstanding things. It's really been a pleasure to like witness this like as you're reviewing the past 3 years, and like wait to see like what continues to happen. And like also, when I think of the word advocate, like nothing else, like everything leaves my mind but you. Like you embody that word so incredibly well, and I think that speaks volumes to just the work that you've done and how passionate you are about it. So again, thank you for all that.
Oh, Jade, you're so sweet.
Yes, I also have a question.
Okay,
So
what's up?
for Mujeres, what is like your biggest goal for the March next year? Like what's something that you want to see for sure happen?
That's a fantastic question. And actually, if y'all don't know, Jade is the one that brought me into Mujeres way back in freshman year. So I owe it to you, Jade. But some things that we are hoping to do in this next year, actually before the next March, is we want to continue offering more peacekeeper trainings year round. So if y'all don't know, peacekeepers are really the brains and body behind the march. The march is moving, and you might think that like the chant leads are the ones leading it, but really it's the peacekeepers that are keeping everything moving. They're blocking traffic. They're keeping everyone safe. And so I'm trained as a peacekeeper. We've trained 20 plus people in our community to be peacekeepers, and we want to continue offering that year round. The students that we helped facilitate the walkout also are interested in being trained as peacekeepers, and so we want to be able to offer that to youth that are interested in organizing their own marches. And those are our really big goals right now, just continuing to spread information, preparing people to organize in the community. Yeah. Yes. I don't know.
Michael, I feel like we match each other's freak in such a unique way. Like, it took us 5 seconds to figure out whether Party City was open or not, so we could go get matching rabbit costumes.
Yes.
And I just think that, I don't know, you are somebody that I look up to so much. The impact that you have on this world, quite literally, is just astounding to me, and it's something that I can only ever hope to achieve. I genuinely hold you in such a high regard, and you've quite literally seen me at my worst. So your like you see me throwing up in my
I
hand.
know.
Your opinion of me matters so much, and every single thing that you do, I'm just like blown away by it. Like, wow, like Michael's such a great person. Like you're like when Venom is like whispering evil things to Spider-Man, but like good. And I just think that like there is no way that we're gonna drift apart after we graduate. You know, like it's just such a unique opportunity that we've had these years and next year too for all of us to bond and just do so much stuff together. And I remember walking away from our selection and telling my mom about you. Like, oh, this guy is interested in nursing that I did the Laurel tour with. And I remember telling her that I hope that you got in because you just were radiating this sweetness and this kindness. And I remember I asked you, oh, that's so cool. Why do you want to be a nurse? And you're like, I just really want to help people. Like, I don't know. There was just such a genuine tone behind it that I was like, yes, and you will. Regardless of whether you get into this program or not, you are going to make change in the world. And I know that your path has changed, but I don't think that your cause and I don't think that your purpose to help people has ever changed. I don't think it ever will. You are genuinely just such a ray of sunshine to every single person that you meet and every single organization that's lucky enough to have you.
Oh, Anna, that's so sweet. Thank you. That's all. Thank you guys for being here.